What's up guys, it's Crash, and in today's video I want to take an overview look of the Orbital map, which is where the beta is going to be taking place very soon. Pretty exciting stuff. Just a little bit of context about this video. This is technically a Battlefield University video because we're going to look at the map, break it down just a little bit. I have a little bit of limited playtime on here with the technical playtest. I wasn't invited to it, but I did play it somewhere else, so I'm not under NDA, and I'm allowed to talk about it because I haven't signed anything or anything like that. So just a little bit of disclaimer. I might be able to offer a little bit of insight as I did play the technical test on this map. Also, DICE did a really cool dev corner blog on the most recent blog, and it talks to some of the level designers that worked on this map, and it offers us just a little bit of insight. I have some of that stuff pulled up on my second monitor, so if you see me guys look over here, that's what I'm doing. I'm checking out some of the notes so I don't get anything wrong. But I have the map screenshot pulled up in a super sophisticated high-end program called MS Paint, and this is leading edge high-tech stuff. We spare no expense here at Battlefield University. So anyway guys, let's just go ahead and take a look at this stuff. Right off the bat in that blog, they tell you that it's inspired by Caspian border, so you kind of have that main tall tower with the rocket and the assembly building up at the top. They also mention that it's a very vertical map, and that's very true. You don't exactly see it from this overhead view, but right here, these ridges that you can see right here and right here are actually this cliff right here is actually really steep. And then this building right here is pretty darn tall. This is the assembly building. And then over here, you have the rocket. Underneath here is a tunnel. So basically what I wanted to talk about was some of the things that they talked about in the dev blog. Was that there is a flag on top of this assembly building. Overall, before we get into that, I guess we should look at the map overall. My face is kind of covering one spawn base, and the other one is over here down on the right. Not much happens here. People are taking vehicles out of here, but not much happens. The map is actually pretty big, and there's actually, I hate to say it, a lot of dead space, but that might come in really handy for Hazard Zone. Can't wait to hear about Hazard Zone. But anyways, like this area right here and some of this, the back end of this sector, and like some of this stuff is just people passing back and forth. Like all these areas, they talked about, when they did the gameplay trailer, that it would be something like, you take a point, there's hubs of battle, and then you would use your call-in tablet to call in a vehicle to traverse to another sector to try to take and or hold that sector. So there's a lot of empty space that you'll be either running or driving through. Just keep an eye out. That's probably where a lot of vehicles and a lot of snipers are going to be waiting to try to catch people. Passing from point to point. So that's just something to keep your eye on. Usually in a pretty even map, they made it to where these single flag points here and here are mainly held by the teams that spawn on that respective side of the map. And then you'll see these middle two sectors have actually double flags. So you'll have to have both of these in order to actually control the sector. So most of the fighting happens in these, I guess I would call them like compound sectors. That's where most of the fighting takes place, and a lot of it goes on. One of the things I noticed, there's also some buildings here that you don't make out very well. And a building here where there's some conflict, as well as buildings here. There's essentially like buildings on every single flag where infantry are going to fight, vehicles are going to hang out around there. But essentially the talk of the town, the main area where everything goes down, is up here on top of the hill. Everybody is vying for the top of the hill, and they talked a little bit about that, how this became the assembly building and the rocket, and this upper area became a very important bunch of sectors, because if the team held this, they were able to like fly down and also jump off this building and jump to other sectors. So it's kind of a king of the hill type thing, where these points up here are very important. Some of the things I noticed, snipers loved to sit here. So if you're a sniper, you're probably going to end up there. You can see a ton of the map and make some really sick sniper shots. Also, they added zip lines to this, so people can keep you guys from getting too comfortable up there. Also, you're going to have a hard time with helicopters. Choppers are extremely powerful on these upper points as well. They talked about how the ceiling over the flag area to capture was 100 meters, but they had to lower it down to 50 because it was easy for helicopters to sit up at the top of essentially the point in safety and capture the point. So now the helicopters have to get a little bit lower to be able to take the point, which I think is super important. So essentially I would try as best you can to kind of pick an area and hold that for the team. You can kind of decide and look at the map and see where all the blueberries are headed, and then you try to head somewhere else. But I'm telling you guys, like 70% of the combat goes down right here. There's a lot of vehicles. There are a few flank routes. There's the tunnels underneath here where if you guys get trapped, you can't get underneath stuff and back cap, get behind. This is a really good flank route over here where almost nobody goes. So in the event that everything gets clogged up here, there's a bunch of vehicles, not much is moving. Not too many people pay attention to this backside. So you can get on an ATV or something like that and cruise along this backside on this outer edge of the map and come around and back cap onto this flag to break open the stalemate, because in a lot of matches there was quite a bit of a stalemate right here. So keep an eye out for that. Also, people, I think people get really focused in this area. So again, if the rocket's still pretty hot, you can come on around and keep going along this beach and hardly anyone's going to see you if you need to back cap some of that. Some of these points will kind of sit there until this stalemate happens. It's just kind of the general flow of the games. And then sometimes people would come down, they'd be hitting their head against the wall, not able to advance here. So they'd, try to come around down here. But there was much less action in these lower points, but definitely keep them in mind. If you keep banging your head against the wall, you can't push the enemy back. You got like a little mini round of breakthrough going on up here. You can't break the enemy lines. Keep an eye out on these. There's plenty of flank routes to get around undetected and things like that. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else on this map. Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, I will really try to answer them. I've heard Tom Henderson got some actual intel. He did an awesome article. If you're interested in, some of the creators played it on Monday. Some of them told him their opinions anonymously, and he wrote an article about it. So if you're interested in that, it sounds like the tornado is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. The lighting and everything on the map changes. The wind's going to look cool on the trees. I can't wait to see that. And the rocket launch is going to be super awesome as well. I'm guessing everybody is going to have to be up around here to check that out. But essentially, guys, I can't wait to get in on this thing. I just wanted to look at it with you a little bit. Keep in mind, don't be surprised when you get on here and you see actually how vertical this map is. And keep in mind, some of this dead area can be your friend if you need to move around. That is a little bit of my advice, but can't wait to get in there, work together as a team, take some points, shoot down some helis. I don't know, you might even see crash in a helicopter. Stranger things have happened in betas. You never know. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope this gets you excited. I hope this gets you a little bit more comfortable, so when the beta launches, you can hit the ground running, literally, because there's a lot of running to do. It's a big map. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be a friend, tell a friend, and we will see you on the battlefield very, very soon. Thanks, guys.